Overnight, the former vice president scores soaring victories.
I'm here to report we are very much alive.
Sweeping the South, winning most of the night's contests. But Bernie Sanders not far behind, edging toward the biggest prize of the night, California, and vowing to fight on.
We are going to win the Democratic nomination.
Billionaire Mike Bloomberg now reassessing his campaign after a devastating night. And Elizabeth Warren loses everywhere, including her home state. Our political team breaks it all down this morning.
Tornado tragedy. The death toll rising from those devastating twisters in Tennessee. At least 24 people killed and dozens still missing this morning as survival stories emerge. The hero fire chief who saved a 7-year-old trapped by live wires. And now the new threat moving in. Our team is live in the storm zone.
Race to contain the coronavirus. As cases climb past 100 here in the U.S., a dozen firefighters and police officers now in isolation with flu-like symptoms after helping patients at the center of Washington's outbreak. And now, the price gouging fears. Bottles of Purell selling for more than $100. Dr. Jen is here answering all the big questions this morning.
TikTok trouble. The new Skull Breaker challenge leading to criminal charges after a 13-year-old boy was seriously injured. The warning right now.
I feel alive. And walk the line. Nick Wallenda risking it all just hours from now, preparing to walk over one of the world's most active volcanoes on a wire just over 1 inch thick. We're there live.
Live in Times Square. This is Good Morning America.
And we do say good morning, America. Very late night for you and the political team.
It was biggest night of the political year, and it was certainly a Super Tuesday for Joe Biden. No question about that. He rode a fast-breaking wave to score a primary comeback beyond any that has come before. The former vice president swept the South, surprised in the North, put himself back on top of this race.
Yeah, take a look at the overall delegate count now. Some of the results are still coming in. Bernie Sanders not far behind Joe Biden. The two other major candidates, Mike Bloomberg and Elizabeth Warren, facing disappointing nights.
The turnout huge last night. Want to take a look at these lines? In Texas and also in California. Biden and Sanders now the clear front runners, as we were saying, bracing themselves for a long, hard battle that could go all the way to the convention. Mary Bruce is here in the studio with us and starts us off with the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. Well, this was just a remarkable upset that just a week ago no one saw coming. Joe Biden last night was propelled by African-American voters and a wave of establishment support from the Democratic Party. And this morning, Joe Biden is back from the brink, and this race has a new frontrunner.
They don't call Super Tuesday for nothing.
The night belonged to Joe Biden.
For those who've been knocked down, counted out, left behind, this is your campaign.
The former vice president with a massive comeback on the biggest night of the primary so far.
And we're told, well, when you got to Super Tuesday, it'd be over. So I'm here to report we are very much alive.
Fueled by key last-minute endorsements from his former opponents and last-minute support from voters who say they made their decision in just the last few days.
We won Minnesota because of Amy Klobuchar.
Biden capturing 9 of the 15 contests and gaining over 250 delegates. Surprise wins in Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Texas, where strong support from black voters helped him edge out Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and complete a sweep of the South. This morning, it's now a two-man race. Sanders making big gains in California, propelled by large portions of the Hispanic vote. Also winning Utah, Colorado, and his home state of Vermont.
But tonight, I tell you with absolute confidence, we are going to win the Democratic nomination.
And he's already sharpening his attacks against Biden.
One of us in this race led the opposition to the war in Iraq. You're looking at him. Another candidate voted for the war in Iraq.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren's campaign is struggling after she failed to win a single state, even her own. Before results were tallied, Warren promised to stay in the fight, urging voters to ignore the pundits.
Cast a vote from your heart and vote for the person you think will make the best president of the United States of America.
For former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, it was also a disappointing night. He went all in on these states, pouring over $230 million into Super Tuesday alone, but coming away with just a few delegates to show for it. The Bloomberg camp says it will make an assessment about what comes next, but he's still swinging at the president.
I know you're not used to seeing a New Yorker in southern Florida in late winter. But unlike the president, I didn't come here to golf.
Now, with Biden resurgent, the Trump campaign took quick aim, saying Biden is, quote, just as terrible a candidate right now as he was a few days ago, and accusing Democrats of ganging up on Sanders to deny him wins. Robin.
Okay, Mary, good to have you with us here in the studio. The Biden campaign is riding high this morning after those victories in the South. Now, in a completely different position than just 2 weeks ago, Eva Pilgrim is traveling with the campaign. She's there in Los Angeles. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Robin. Yeah, Joe Biden outperforming expectations on Super Tuesday, now turning his eyes to next week, states he thinks play to his strengths. He already has trips planned to Missouri and Mississippi. And for a candidate who was literally outspent in every single Super Tuesday state, that war chest is now filling back up. He was already seeing a fundraising boost off of that big win in South Carolina. And there was a moment last night that a lot of people are talking about this morning. Dr. Jill Biden protecting her husband by shoving off a dairy protester that was storming the stage. Her response, Robin? I'm a Philly girl.
And she did seem that way. All right, Eva, thank you very much. And meanwhile, this morning, the future of Michael Bloomberg's campaign is in question after last night's results. So let's go to Cecilia Vega, who's in West Palm Beach, Florida, with more on that. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, Robin, good morning to you. The Bloomberg team says they plan to reassess that campaign today and tomorrow going forward in the future in the wake of those results last night. I traveled with his campaign all day yesterday. I asked Michael Bloomberg about this pressure on him and his team and whether he planned to drop out. He told me he had no plans to drop out, that he planned to stay in this race to win it. But this morning, Robin, his team is sending a very different message. They say Bloomberg, if he is not the nominee, will support whoever that nominee is. And you know he's supported already his own campaign by to the tune of more than $500 million. But Robin, right now his campaign chair is saying on Twitter the #1 priority for him is to defeat Donald Trump in November.
Okay, Cecilia. And Bernie Sanders saying that big success in California and in his home state, of course, of Vermont. Martha Raddatz is there in Burlington with more. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Robin. It was not exactly the ending Bernie Sanders wanted, but he is touting his success with Latino voters and, of course, California. Tweeting late last night, "Thank you, California. You showed that Americans are ready for a government and economy that works for all of us, not just the 1%. Let's go forward together." Sanders' campaign is also saying in order to beat Donald Trump, you need a nominee that is able to harness energy and enthusiasm. He routinely does that on the campaign trail, but he has some very stiff competition in that regard this morning. George?
Okay, Martha, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief political analyst, Matthew Dowd. Also, Yvette Simpson, the CEO of Democracy for America. Your organization has endorsed Bernie Sanders. Matthew, let me begin with you. We've never seen a 4-day swing like we've just seen with Joe Biden coming off South Carolina, those sweeping victories in Super Tuesday last night. The scale of this victory, hard to gauge.
Yeah, and we always talk about Bill Clinton's comeback, the comeback kid in 1992 when he finished second. This is so far exceeds that. I was trying to think, I've never seen a political comeback like this in my life, ever. I was trying to think what it's akin to. It's a bit like the Boston Red Sox being down 3-0 because Biden lost the first 3 races, being down 1 run in the 9th inning and coming back and beating the New York Yankees. We've never seen, he is not the comeback kid, he's Lazarus.
It's an incredible comeback, Yvette, and now it basically is a 2-person race. Elizabeth Warren and Michael Bloomberg, as we come on the air right now, still in the race, but this is Biden and Sanders.
Yeah, tough night for Elizabeth Warren. She has never lost a race. Her supporters are probably going to need a day to absorb this, but look, she's about big structural change, and so hopefully her supporters, mostly progressive, will come on board with the Bernie Sanders campaign and give them them the momentum they need. We did see a consolidation of support among the mainstream, and if we had had that support last night, we would have saw a lot more wins in places like Minnesota and Maine and Massachusetts where we needed it.
Michael Bloomberg always promised to use his fortune not only to get into this primary, but also to help defeat President Trump in November. Going to be interesting to see what he announces coming out of this and whether he's going to continue to spend money.
Yeah, the Beatles sang the song "Money Can't Buy Me Love," and political advertising can't buy you delegates in this. And I think that's one of the. I mean, it's going to be fascinating to see what he does and if he gets out, and then what he does in the process. But I think last night and this past day, 2 myths have been busted. The first myth is political advertising somehow can overcome everything else. We learned that's not possible because Joe Biden spent less than anybody else. The second myth we learned, which we keep relearning, is New Hampshire and Iowa do not tell us what's going to happen in these political races.
Well, that's the thing of it. Once the races brought it out to look more like the whole of the country,
Yeah.
Joe Biden did better.
He did, particularly in South Carolina, where he's benefiting from older African-American voters who tend to be more conservative. But in Nevada and places like California, where you have younger black voters, Bernie Sanders is winning there. So it'll be interesting to see how that spreads across the rest of the country.
And we certainly did see Bernie Sanders last night signal that this is going to be a hard-edged finish in the primary.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it'll be really interesting. Bernie Sanders benefits from being in the underdog space. So I think he's going to fight coming out. I think once we get back into the debates and he can attack Biden one-on-one, you'll see a Bernie like you've never seen before. We're going to see a lot of twists and turns in this race, I think.
And we also have to keep in mind that Joe Biden had a great night, great series of states, but he's been known to have unforced errors and in this process. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen over the next week.
Some big states next week. Thank you both very much, Amy.
All right, George, thank you. We're going to turn now to the other big stories this morning. The search is on for those still missing after the tornado outbreak in Tennessee that killed at least 24 people. And now there are new warnings across the South. Rob Marciano is going to have a lot more on that in just a moment. But first, let's go to Victor Oquendo in hard-hit Donaldson. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Amy. We are just east of Nashville. An EF3 tornado here with winds up to 165 miles per hour. Destroyed everything in sight. Here at this home, just a few walls are left standing. You can still see a bed and a dresser in place. And as you take a look from above, this is all that's left here in this neighborhood. The devastation stretches for at least a mile. A school was also destroyed.
Devastation across central Tennessee.
People were crying and screaming. I mean, we didn't know what was going on.
2 massive tornadoes ripping through communities in and around Nashville, killing at least 24 people.
The devastation is heartbreaking.
Violent power flashes lighting up the night sky. The twisters wreaking havoc as people slept, with many still missing. At this airport, the storm tossing these small jets around. Homes flattened, the high winds snapping power lines.
I watched debris fly through the glass windows, one of the garage doors get ripped off.
Never thought that this would happen. It's like a war zone.
I just seen people scattered everywhere.
This woman, barely recognizing the plant she works at, now turned to rubble.
There's so much devastation, and I'm sorry, man. I'm just not used to seeing it like that.
Residents already beginning to rebuild. Despite the desolation, hundreds lined up at the polls overnight to cast their vote for Super Tuesday.
Because of the tornado, we had to come here. And it took a little over 2 hours, but it sure was worth it.
And in the midst of all the destruction, incredible tales of survival.
I thought about my daughter, and I really thought this could be it for me.
The storm knocking over this man's tractor trailer with him and his colleagues still inside.
Our passenger side window blew out. And then at that moment, we felt the wind really start to hit. So we got down on the floor, and our truck and trailer got caught in the tornado and ended up flipping over.
And incredible tales of bravery. This fire chief saving this 7-year-old boy who was trapped by live wires.
Pleasure.
Yes,
sir. The 2 reuniting hours later.
It was pretty scary though, right?
Yes, sir.
Very proud of you, very brave. When I asked you to hold still, you did. And we got through those wires, got you over to Grandma, and everything's good.
Yes, sir.
With sunrise, the scope of the damage becomes painfully clear. Volunteers have been flocking from all over the region to help clean up, and this is actually an improvement from what we saw yesterday. As for little Brock, he was rescued by the fire chief. Well, he says he now wants to be a firefighter. Amy?
Oh, that's so sweet, Victor. Thank you. And unfortunately, the severe weather threat is not over for the South. There are new tornado watches this morning, and Rob Marciano is also in Tennessee tracking the latest for us. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Amy. A tough day across the entire state, including right here in downtown Nashville. This is a popular restaurant, pizza place in a popular area of bars and restaurants. Remember, this happened shortly after midnight, so if people weren't home and asleep, they were likely out in this area. And there was a couple that was walking home from a bar that were killed by flying debris. So dangerous happenings here in Tennessee, and the dangerous weather continues across the south, as Amy mentioned. Let's show you where that is sprawled out across the Gulf Coast. Already we have several watches up, including a tornado watch up for parts of the Gulf Coast. Damaging winds, a few tornadoes, large hail all along I-10, a moisture-rich environment getting into Mobile, Tallahassee. Could see some damaging winds as well, and this continues into northern Georgia, northern Florida, and southern Georgia tomorrow. Robin?
Thinking of all. Okay, Rob, thank you. We have the latest now on the coronavirus emergency. This morning, the number of cases worldwide is topping 93,000. Meanwhile, here in the U.S., there are now at least 108 cases, and the death toll has climbed to 9 people. Whit Johnson has the very latest.
This morning, a massive effort to disinfect New York's public transportation system following the state's second confirmed patient with coronavirus, a case of suspected community spread. Officials calling the man in his 50s a regular commuter who took the train from Westchester County to Grand Central Station. The man who had a previous respiratory illness, now hospitalized in serious condition.
We're very concerned because of what appears to be previous respiratory condition, which creates more danger.
His family also under quarantine. 2 schools linked to one of his sons closed, and services at his synagogue canceled for the foreseeable future. This as COVID-19 continues to spread, with more than 100 cases across the country, at least 15 states affected. The death toll jumping to 9, all of those in Washington state. Most of the victims, vulnerable elderly patients at this nursing home.
They're not answering the phones, the lines are busy. All the families are really worried, not knowing if our loved ones are even alive, if they have the virus.
And we're learning a dozen firefighters and police officers who help patients at that Kirkland Life Care facility are now showing flu-like symptoms. Officials saying all have been put in isolation due to their potential exposure to the virus. In Seattle, retail giant Amazon confirming one of its employees tested positive with coronavirus. A spokesperson telling ABC News that employee is now in quarantine. Alaska Airlines washing and scrubbing planes amid growing concerns about safe travel in the outbreak. American college student Chloe Froning on her way home from Italy.
The guy asked me if I had been to Iran or China in the last 2 weeks. Interestingly, not Italy.
But on Tuesday, a glimmer of hope. More than 120 evacuees from the Diamond Princess cruise ship released from quarantine, symptom-free for a full 14 days.
The head of the World Health Organization now says the global mortality rate of this new coronavirus is 3.4%. That's deadlier than the flu. Guys.
Okay, Whit, thanks very much. Coming up next on GMA, there are new concerns about price gouging during this coronavirus outbreak. Dr. Jen is going to be here. She's going to do some myth busting, answering some questions like, should you disinfect packages you get in the mail? Will taking mega doses of vitamins help protect you? First, let's go back to Rob in Tennessee.
Good morning again, George. We have some flood issues across the south with that severe weather threat. Here's a look at where that's going to happen across I-10, Baton Rouge, Mobile, Alabama. Could see 3 to 6 inches of these thunderstorms kind of training over themselves. So if it's not severe, they've got heavier rain, kind of a double whammy there. All right, it's time now for your Stormy Cities, brought to you by Intuit QuickBooks.
Yeah! Beautiful, but support the leg. When I started Cobra Kai, the lack of control over my business made me a little intense. But now I practice a different philosophy. QuickBooks helps me get paid, manage cash flow, and run payroll. And now I'm back on top with Koala Kai. Dad! Hey! More mercy.
Save over 40 hours a month with Intuit QuickBooks, the easy way to a happier business.
A chilly start on this Wednesday, but temperatures are going to warm very nicely back into the lower mid-60s like yesterday, but without the rain, just having to deal with a little bit of wind. Gusts this afternoon could be just over 20 miles per hour, but we'll have the warmth today. Tomorrow's high, just 55, and then 51 on Friday as we track your next weather maker. A little cool, too, to start the weekend off. In fact, pretty blustery with a high temperature of 49 degrees. And another warm wave starting Sunday, the high 60, 70 by Tuesday.
They're smart, and then there's street smart. Like a hybrid with best-in-class EPA estimated range of more than 582 miles. And Ford Copilot 360 technology to help